What up, YouTube? Isaiah Butterfield brought to my attention this female on TikTok. The Cobra cult supports female and male empowerment. We're all about gender equality here. I need a cigarette. And I need a beer. No, they got me a pocket torch. And I do. So I'll go and have a cigarette. I'll be right back. We'll do the video response after I come back from having a cigarette. Yeah, let's get into it. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Isaac Butterfield, and I rarely do this, but here is a warning about this video. Do not watch it. Don't do it, all right? This is not for the faint of heart. If you have a lactose intolerance, this is not for you. Turn it off now. If you have a weak constitution, motherfucker, let me tell you this. This will ruin your life. This is the hardest video I've ever had to make. This is about the most painful TikToker of all time, the queen of the feminists. She eats misogynists for breakfast, ladies and
gentlemen. Drew a flu.
Watching her content nearly made me walk out into the highway and throw myself in front of a fucking truck. Ladies and gentlemen, please let me introduce you to Drew a flu. Oh my God, that laugh, it sounds like a combination of the clown from It and some fucking evil queen that's definitely on the spectrum. So, who the fuck is Drew a flu? Well, according to business...
Speaking of being on the spectrum, check out my t-shirt. I farted, smells like Asperger's. Pretty awesome shirt. You having a laugh at my own autism, I guess.
Because they did an article on it for some fucking weird reason. Drew a flu, TikTok's crusader of women, says she's constantly shoveling out misogyny from the app with her viral takedown videos. Ooh.
I will agree with that. Like, TikTok has some very questionable accounts owned by men, such as that piece of shit Bugs workout videos. So far, you know, I agree with Drew a flu that so far it may change on some issues.
A flu who has built up 2.
Drew a flu who has built up 2.6 million, now 3 million TikTok followers by critiquing sexist content on the app. Am I a god, old bean? Began her TikTok journey by telling stories of her own negative experiences with men. Shocker, want to sniff it. This is what kills me about the dating scene, to be honest, because women and men have negative experiences with each other. You get these women and men who hate each other, and it's ridiculous. It's the fucking truth. You got these goddamn incels and the feminazi man-hating, cute uterus nagging tits. Yeah.
6 million, well, it's now 3 million, on TikTok by critiquing sexist content on the app, began her TikTok journey by telling stories of her own negative experiences with men. Now, the sexist...
Now, I picked up a 24-pack of Bud Light, not a sponsor, and waiting for the new episode of South Park. Grab some beer and watch that later.
Content that they're talking about is oftentimes men making fun of women, and Drew makes fun of men in her videos. So it's okay, according to Business Insider, to make fun of men, but not okay to make fun of women. Business Insider, are you saying that women are so weak that they can't be made fun of? That sounds very, very...
No, what they're saying is you need to bow down to your female overlords. And if you're a dude and you make fun of a chick's tit size or how short she is or her fucking hairline or the way her ass is shaped, you're a fucking male pig piece of shit. But she makes fun of the way you look, the fact that you don't have a six-pack abs, makes fun of the way your height is or your hairline. Well, that's just your privilege. And if you don't like it, grab a time machine, go back in time, and stop sexism from men to women for happening like the last 400 plus years. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Well, it's kind of shit and hypocritical of women to do this. You have to remember that women have had to face oppression for like 400 to 500 years. Women have been treated like second-class citizens for centuries. And now that men are getting a very small taste of it, very, very tiny, microscopic small taste of it, they're whining and bitching and moaning about it. It's like, to quote Love and Vanity, my one of my albums, both sides abuse each other, both sides abuse each other, both sides have privilege, and both men and women are oppressed in some way, shape, or form. But you know what kills me about this is we live in a victimizing culture. Everyone's a victim. Everything's sexist. Everything's racist. Everything's misogynistic. Everything's homophobic. Everything's transphobic. And I'm just like, can we stop with the stupidity and the insanity? No. And again, if we did stop, what would I bitch about on YouTube? Yeah.
And rude, you fucking pigs. It snowballed into her becoming the app's unofficial misogyny and sexism watchdog, combining men's sexist comments with jokes about their hairlines and height.
You heard that right, folks. Drew Afualo is a female TikToker with freaking 3 million followers. She goes after men for criticizing women by criticizing men. I believe the word is hypocrisy.
She told Insider, now these videos regularly rack up millions of views. Now remember, on TikTok, it's all about virality. TikTok's whole game is to keep people interested. So they'll show you as many videos as fucking possible. So if you see someone go viral on TikTok, it means nothing. Go and check out their other profiles on Instagram or YouTube. See if people really give a shit about it. Now, I am going to review some of Drew Afualo's content, some of the videos. But first, some housekeeping. Drew does encounter some sexism on the app. Some people are very rude to her and racist as well. Okay, and that's not on. And the death threats she gets. Listen, if you're watching this video, think, oh, I'm gonna do Batman solid and send her a death threat. Don't be a fucking dumb fuck. All right, don't do that. That's stupid. As for the
okay, it's because you have an account doesn't mean you're allowed to have an opinion. It's the truth. And within reason, fuck sickos. Someone says something that you don't agree with, that doesn't give you the right to harass them, dox them.
doing sexist and racist or whatever, like that's good on her. You should be able to attack those people. But she attacks a lot of other people that just are having a laugh, and that's.
So yeah, she gets comments about her race, and that's all this other shit, and it's fucked.
Too, you can do that, but apparently she's doxed some people and even helped people lose their jobs, and by that I mean her
allegedly
followers have gone in and demanded that people lose their jobs, or at least they've been fearful of it. That's not how we do things on the internet. Just leave people alone. If you want to make a video about someone,
yeah, do it. Make a video about someone. But getting them fired from their job, doxing their address, it's a bit too far. Keep the drama on the internet, The second you start taking your social media drama and bringing it into the real world, that's where the internet becomes toxic.
but don't try and ruin their fucking lives because they made a joke. When I was watching Drew's content, and it was tough, I found out that she was a one-trick pony, okay? What she does in her videos is she watches it, she does her evil, maniacal, it clown, autism laugh, and then she makes jokes about dude's height, that's number one, okay? Dude's height, his hairline, either bald or baldy, whether or not he has a six-pack, and basically to say, oh, you're not funny. Okay, so let's just go through and who Drew's worked for. Let's have a look at those four things and work out whether or not I pertain to any of them. Height, I'm 6'8", I win. Let's go to funny, I'm a comedian, I win. Six-pack, okay, I've got a one-pack. I've got a six-pack under a bag of ice. I'm working on it, I'm getting there.
Same here. Let's see, three things. I'm funny. I'm 6 foot tall. I don't got a hairline or a six-pack, but that's all right.
And as far as the hairline, suck my balls, Drew. I've had words to my hairline. I'm very cognizant of the.
Just think of it. If you were me to make fun of a woman's hairline, you never hear the end of it. You would never hear the end of it.
That it is very much stuck in reverse. I said, if you go back one more fucking centimeter, mate, I'm getting the clippers out and you're gone. I'm going full Chrome Dome mode. I'm ready for that. I've even got a tour name ready for that year that I go bald. I'm going to call it the Bald, the Beard, the Butterfield. It'll sell out for sure. I'm on tour now, by the way. Come and see me live. It's a great time. Tickets are below. Anyway, let's get to know Drew O'Flew.
Feel empowered, and especially women who are thick.
I'm sorry, but there's a big difference between being thick and being obese.
Okay, so far in this video, this dude is critiquing the fact, and it's a very well-known fact.
What happened to the video? Oh, for fuck's sake.
You can make contact with these civilizations and you do not need the government. Look at the evidence. It's happening now.
It appears to have some anomalies.
Experiences with men. Now, the sexist content that they're talking about is his hairline, either bald or baldy, whether or not he has a six
And being obese.
Okay, so far in this video, this dude is critiquing the fact, and it's a very well-known fact, that fat, obese models, I'm not talking about size 16, I'm talking about fat, giant, obese models are not a good thing for when it comes to ideas or ideals around body positivity. Why? Because it gives people the excuse to blow out and not give a fuck about what they're putting in their body and what type of exercise output they have in their lives. Now, this is a very woke sort of ideology, the body positivity, all that shit. But you know what else is a woke ideology? That we must be terrified of a particular disease that's floating around at the moment. But how about this? Obesity and the increased risk of COVID-19. People with obesity are 46% more at risk of getting COVID-19, according to.
I think people misinterpret the body positivity movement. One, because it's primarily for women. Okay, no one gives a shit if you're a dude with a dad bod and a beer gut. Two, there are some people who can't help that they're overweight. They can't. They're just born like that. So they accept it. And if they choose to, they live their healthiest life they can. And three, there are people out there who can make a difference. They just don't want to. And that's their choice. Some people choose it, some people don't. But there's a big difference between being supportive and understanding and over-glorifying it. Now, would you support a person? It's inspiration, where people are so bloody skinny, they have no muscles. Of course not, because there's extremes on the other side. No, it's the truth, YouTube. Regrettably, food is delicious. And you think it's hard to lose weight? Oh, it is. That's the bitch of it. It's a lot harder to lose weight than it is to gain it. And that's like number 4 on the list of why we have the whole body positivity thing. You shouldn't go out of your way to harass someone just because they're fat. That's horseshit. You know what I'm saying?
Study from August. It found that they are also more at risk of getting really sick, facing a 113% higher chance of being hospitalized, a 74% higher risk of needing to be treated in the ICU, and perhaps most troublingly of all, a 48%, nearly 50% increase in the risk of death. So yes, it's nice to have Tess Holliday running around with a big fat folds flipping and flopping everywhere, but you are 50% more likely to die if you get the Rona. And guess what? The Rona's
much like women not having rights for the longest time, people who were seen as fat or obese have had to face criticism from our society. Oh, you disgusting fat piece of shit, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So it's good that people who are heavy sets are getting some representation. Some people are into it, man. Shit, as long as they're of age and they're consenting, who cares if they're a little extra, you know what I'm saying? But you can't, and this is where it gets frustrating is, and I'm not saying if you're a fat chick, you have to date fat chicks. What I'm saying is the hypocrisy of it. You got fat chicks who are going on TikTok who are obviously heavy sets saying they don't want to date fat dudes, but then they get pissed off when the skinnier dudes that they want don't want to date fat chicks. You see what I'm saying, YouTube?
everywhere. So Drew, pick a side. Which is healthier?
Do whatever the fuck you want to do with your body. Nobody's stopping.
That's where that should have stopped. That's where this garbage video should have ended. Unfortunately for all of us, it did not. But that's okay, because the universe brought you to me.
Oh my God, they fucking laugh. When did you start doing that? Your 11-year-old audience just was like, oh my God, have you heard? Oh, she's so funny. The way that she laughs, it's so great the way that she laughs. Now, I don't know for sure if all of her audience is female. Let's have a look. Holy fucking shit, 95%. I hate to say it, ladies, but you are.
I mean, Drew Flu's she kind of cute. She's of age, you know. That's what's up. But like 5% of her male audience are like, no, it doesn't even exist. Only 5.3% of her audience is male. So shocker, want to sniff it. The 94.7, the rest are all female.
Easily entertained. Now, I know I said before that most of the females who follow her are probably 11 years old. That's probably not right. I think you have to be 12 to join the app, so they're 12 years old.
I cleared a spot for you, brother. I cleared my sketch, because you came from my fucking girl, Tess.
Sketch? Oh my God, puke. That shit fucking triggers me when people say shit like it, like they're trying to be hip. Oh my God, they say, I just cleared my sketch. You want to go to Target and get some pizza? It's like, shut the fuck up. Fucking. No, you can say it however you want to say it. I'm just making a point. It's annoying as shit. And newsflash, if Tess Holliday would have been a dude, would you stick up for him at Drew Flu? No, you wouldn't, because it's not a fellow female. As a dude, I will acknowledge that men have been shit pigs and still continue to be shit pigs to women. However, we live in a modern day society where women have pretty much the same rights as men, and you're still unhappy. What do you want? Well, if you're like Drew or Flu, I guess she wants a dude who's got the most amazing hairline, looks like Fabio, he's got an 8-foot cock when he fucks her, and then simp white nights for her at the same time treating her like shit. And then I guarantee you she'd be happy. Which, that sounds impossible, but that's what women are telling what they want from society. Scratch that, women don't want assholes. Even though they say they do, they really don't. If you're stupid enough to take your ex back after they treated you like crap, well, they're in treatment. It'll be different. Okay. Don't be crying when I said I told you so, dude. Fuck. You can't control people. All you can do is control yourself. Yeah. Especially when you're a psycho, crazy, bipolar bitch and the dude you're dating just says, I don't care how hot she is, I can't deal with this crap. And then you're sitting there with your parents, or your family, your friends, bitching because you can't find a nice guy and in any particular town that you're living in. That why are all men the same? And when you could have one of the most decent guys sitting right in front of you, but you refuse to give him or them a chance because of whatever reason, even though you kind of like them back. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there, done that. Burnt the t-shirt. You gotta let people make their own mistakes. That's what I'm saying. You cannot force the dating scene, and you cannot force stupid people to act smart.
Not on my watch. First of all, let's get this out of the way. Tess Holliday is one of the most famous models in the...
She's only famous, YouTube, for being fat and for being fat in a fat acceptance society. That's it. Which, good on her, man. But watch what happens. The second Tess Holliday tries to lose weight like Adele, everyone's going to lose their shit. Watch. Tess Holliday goes to the doctor, and doctor says, well, Miss Holliday. Yeah, it's ridiculous, YouTube. Remember when Adele came out as this big time singer? She was plus size. All the plus size females were like, oh my God, Stacy, look, we got representation. Yeah. Awesome. But the second Adele lost some fucking weight, everyone called her a fucking piece of shit and was just going after her. And it's like, look, did society just pull a reverse? Because now if you're racist towards black people, you're an asshole. If you're sexist towards women, you're a fucking asshole. But if you treat men and white people like shit, nobody says crap. I can't wait to smoke some weed and get along, man. Shit. I'm quite frankly, I don't give a fuck if Tess Holliday's fat and she's doing her thing. Girl, do your thing, man. Shit. I'm not going to go after someone just because they're fat. That's just shallow, dude. I may not date you, but I'm not going to go out of my way to bully you. You know what I'm saying? That's just... And believe me, I get it. To some degree, I get it. I get critiqued for everything I do. Fucking Jesus Christ. I struggle with opening with the can opener, and people still won't let it go. Like, have you seen this retard King Cobra? Can't even fucking use a can opener. To be fair, can openers are a pain in the ass to use. We've all been there. We've all done that. Everyone criticizing me wants to act like they're so perfect and they're so normal and sane, fuck all of you, dude. That's what I have to say to that.
World. Did you hear what I said? In the world, bitch.
Yes, she's famous for being a giant fat fuck. Go on.
I peeped the Instagram and all your garbage content, and I can tell from your pictures that you're strong 5'5", like on a good day. And I'm guessing from those feet that your shoe size.
So you want to get pissed off when this dude says anything about your girl Tess Holliday, like how dare you body shame? But now here you are going after the dude's height, his hairline. Fuck off with this hypocrisy, dude.
Probably what, like an 8.5? Yeah.
So she's attacking a dude for body shaming somebody else, and she's doing that by body shaming someone. Listen, I don't care. Body.
Yes, that's exactly right, Mr. Butterfield. Drew Afualo is attacking body shamers by body shaming them. It's a clit diddling, cock jerking, circle jerk of hypocrisy. You can really feel the love in here, can't you, YouTube? Holy shit. At one point, women grew up being afraid to eat. Like, here, just have a potato chip. One potato chip's not gonna hurt. I don't want them. Then I'll get fat. Oh my God. And now we live in a society where it's like you're afraid to be skinny because then you won't be accepted. Oh my God. Who gives a fuck if you're fat? Who gives a fuck if you're skinny? Just live your best life, dude. I used to have an eating disorder. I did. I was worried about being fat and not being attractive enough for the of age cisgendered women. And then I realized, hey, you know what? There are women out there who don't give a shit. They have their whole body positivity movement, so why should you? And then when I had that clarity, YouTube, I'm like, you know what? Fuck what anyone thinks. I'm gonna eat the food I want to eat. And if you got a problem with it, kiss my Asperger's.
Shame away. But if you're going to, do a big song and dance about how great you are because body shaming is bad and then go and do it, you're a big fucking hypocrite, Drew.
That's the truth. I'll drink to that, YouTube. And Drew Afualo, you know I'm right. You know Butterfield's right. Someone criticized you for body shaming these dudes for our hairlines or the way our guts look. And then turn around and body shames you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dude.
If it can't make it past the cheeks, you could just say that, bro.
Well, unless you have a micro penis, probably the reason you can't make it past the cheeks is because old love has had too much cheesecake.
You also said that you think it's selfish of her to look like that because you don't want your future kids to grow up in a world that idolizes people like her. You know what's
You know what? I'll just say this. Going back to what I said earlier. Okay, if your kids are self-conscious about the way they look, they're getting bullied in school for being fat. You got people like Tess Holliday who are saying it's okay if you're fat. If people got a problem with it, fuck them. You know what I'm saying? So, in it, to a degree, I see where Drew is coming from on this issue, but at the same time, it's like, well, I wouldn't want my kids idolizing someone who's so goddamn skinny, you can see their rib cage. They look like a walking skeleton. You know what I'm saying? And to the dude who she's responding to, I hate to say it, bro, but by the year 2034, a lot more people are going to be fat. It's just the way the world works. Our environment's going to shit. People are eating unhealthy. So between the global warming, the climate change, and the morbid obesity rates rising, because this is where a lot of women get pissed off. A lot of women are going to the gym to look their best, to feel their best. You know what I'm saying? Oh, excuse me. And like no one cares anymore. It's all about being fat and loud and proud and sassy. Look, the problem is with our society is who gives a shit? Okay, if you're fat, you're skinny, who gives a flying fuck? Food's delicious. And you literally have two choices. If you can't change it, you accept it. If you can change it, then you could choose whether or not you want to change it. If you can change it, you have the power to change it, then that's your choice to change it. Change for you, not because society says, "Oh my God, you're not a size 8, you fucking porker." Fuck them. And Drew or Flu, honey, I'm sorry that the experience you had with men was shit, but I'm sure you'll find someone. Just got to give it time. That's kind of the shit part about dating is you're not going to find the right one right away. This is why kids today have it 4 times harder than when I did growing up because of social media. Like, you want to punish your kids, humiliate them on a TikTok video. It's the worst for today's generation. You do something super embarrassing to humiliate your kid on a TikTok video for the whole internet to see. I guarantee you, they ain't going to be doing that again. Because beating your kids 9 times out of 10 doesn't work. Because back in my day, if you got a spanking for misbehaving yourself, or if you got slapped across the face for having a smart mouth, no one said shit. They were just like, "Hey, motherfucker, respect your parents and respect your elders." These days, if you slap a kid across the face for having a smart mouth, DFS is up your ass. And I'm like, right. So let me get this straight. When the kid is in actual freaking danger, DFS doesn't give a shit. But slap your kid at Walmart because they wanted a candy bar and you told them, "No, I'm not going to let you spoil your dinner." And your kid says, "Fuck you, you stupid cunt." And you're like, "Oh, hell no." Pop! And you slap him across the face. And some fucker has to come up to you in Walmart like, "Excuse me, what are you doing?" Some fucking Karen coming up to you like, I hate that term because there are good people named Karen, so bear with me. But anyway, some random person comes up to you and says, "Did you just hit your kid? Oh my God, you're a fucking piece of shit." Okay, sometimes you gotta talk, like, look, kids are the biggest assholes. It's the truth. And they grow up to be even bigger assholes. So talking to your kid doesn't do shit. Sometimes you gotta, you know what I'm saying? When my dad was a kid, he got the belt. Just saying. These days, if you try pulling that crap, they would look at you like, oh my God. My dad's generation got the belt. My generation got slapped across the face whenever we got out of line. Today's kids don't realize how lucky they have it, dude. Granted, yes, being slapped or spanked whenever I got out of line, it made me more aggressive, but it taught me respect.
Selfish, looking like Bob the Tomato from VeggieTales and thinking that you're at the top of the list when it comes to picking partners to procreate with, bitch.
I don't know who Bob the Tomato.
So let me get this straight. Women who have higher standards than men, that's okay. But if men have high standards, that's not okay. Where do you get off with that hypocrisy? Like, if women are allowed to have high standards, men should be allowed to have high standards too. If women are allowed to be picky about their dating partners, men should be allowed to be picky too. If men can have sex without being judged, then women should be allowed the same privilege. Except it doesn't work like that, because all women have to do is be a 4 or above, or hell, even ones can get dick if the dude's drunk enough and he hadn't had pussy in like 10 years, and he's at the club like, oh yeah. Because all women have to do is show up and say yes. And if the dude wants it, he'll get it. Dudes are the ones that jump through hoops to get chicks to notice them. And you better buy her whole entourage a drink, otherwise you're a creep for singling her out in front of all her friends.
But what does the way that someone else look like have to do with the fact that he is being 100% factual with what he's saying? Being obese will eventually kill you, and therefore promoting it to...
To be fair, Butterfield, it doesn't matter if you're obese or not, we're all gonna fucking die. Life will eventually kill you.
A young audience like yours is terrible. So fuck you to the moon, Drew.
What if they're a young audience member and they get made fun of for being fat or ugly or poor or stupid? Do you know what that's like? Being bullied in school? I do. I got bullied in school. I got rejected by every chick I wanted to go out with in school. I didn't get my first kiss till I was 18 or 19 and a senior in high school. And only because I was ditching physical education. I was ditching PE class, smoking cigarettes, listening to Cradle of Filth, and these two homeschool girls come along, and your boy Cobra played his cards right, and I literally got my first kiss that day. And I was one of those dudes that thought it's never gonna happen. Sad truth of it, I was one of those dudes that grew up being rejected by every chick I liked, being bullied in school. The teachers didn't give a shit. In their defense, you got like 4,000 students and only 20 teachers. You know what I'm saying? Including a principal, a superintendent, and that kind of thing. Yeah, it can be hard to keep track of everything. And it's not their job to babysit you, to be fair, but looking back on it now, I laugh at it. Because growing up, I thought to myself, oh, I'm never going to get laid. I'm never gonna get my first kiss. Then I got out of high school, got my first kiss when I was a senior in high school, and got my first shag when I went to Job Corps and met Stephanie. So there you go. It will happen when you least expect it. You just gotta have patience. You know, my advice to anyone really is if you're in that situation, fuck them. Ignore their stupid shit. Focus on you. When you get out of high school, the world is your goddamn oyster. Now, one of the chicks who rejected me in high school was walking by with her man here in town. And she's like, "Oh, that's Saunders. I wish I wouldn't have rejected him in high school." I'm like, "Yeah." The problem with this is the majority of women and men have exquisite taste when it comes to the opposite sex. There were chicks who like hot dudes, and there were dudes who like hot chicks. It's just how that works. Men were allowed to be more open about it to a degree, but women, you're more secretive about it. Like men, you see a hot chick walking by in public, you're like, "Hey, baby, hey, hey. You like guitar players? I'd rock your world. Hey, hey, hey." She looks at you like, "Fuck off, sleaze." Oh my God. But chicks do not talk like dudes unless they're around other chicks and they think no one's listening. It's the truth. So women who got pissed off at Donald Trump for saying shit like grab him by the pussy. Oh my God. And they went off of what a pig Trump is. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't tell me that when you're with your gal pals and you think no one's listening and you find a really cute guy attractive, ladies, you haven't made some comment like you'd like to grab his crotch. One time I was in a car full of women, and well, one of them freaking one of them saw a cute dude walking by, and every woman in the car chimed in and made the most obnoxious, degrading comments about his body, his face, just like any dude would. And at first I was appalled. Like, you women make the biggest stink when we do it, but then you do it and it's okay. Fucking whoring hypocrite and fucks, dude. But then I got over it and it helped me better understand women and it made me laugh. I'm like, yeah. This is why I say the only thing that separates women and men are gender, and women give birth to children, men don't. That's the only thing that separates us as a species. Women and men are so similar to each other, it's scary. But to break up the similarities, society will give women and men privilege over one another in certain areas. And it's doctrined by our everyday social life.
All right, let's go back and have a look what this dickhead who took his shirt off for no reason said in his video. Obesity is tolerated. I'd go further to say it's actually championed. Depression is glorified. Well, maybe in some circumstances. I know people hear a lot of people going, "Oh,
Oh, you should tolerate obesity. Some people can't help it, you dudes. Dudettes. Like, it's the truth. Regrettably, things like beer and Taco Bell, it's delicious. When I feel like having a low carb day, I'll make a small bowl of hard-boiled eggs and just munch on them throughout the day. That way I'm not getting, yeah. But you got some dude who's working out on TikTok, showing off his abs, his pecs. Ugh. Being like, obesity is tolerated. It's just so cringe. It's like, okay, good for you, you fucking dickhead. You go to the gym and work out. Oh, I bet you feel special.
Depressed, I'm depressed, I'm depressed. They do it with, oh, I'm anxious, oh, I've got ADHD. You know, people who don't whinge a bitch about being depressed and anxious and having ADHD? People who actually have depression, anxiety, and ADHD. Those people.
I'll drink to that, Butterfield. People who aren't really depressed all the time will bitch about depression being a thing. And then people who are depressed 50 to 60% of the time don't really bitch about it because they feel self-conscious about it. Like, oh, everyone gets depressed, so what the fuck are you bitching about? You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. So yeah, I'll drink to that.
And tough lives, and all the power to you, brothers and sisters out there. Keep fucking striving forward. It'll get better. Drug addiction, trendy, maybe. When I was younger, I went out with my mates. All of them couldn't go to nightclubs.
Drug addiction, man, we've all got an addiction to something, man. Whether it's food, video games, alcohol, tobacco. I could slow down on my drinking, but if I quit smoking cigarettes or tobacco or using tobacco products, I will literally fucking go insane. Right? You wake up and it's just like the first thing I have to do is have a cigarette. Otherwise, the rest of my day is just, I'm irritable, you know what I'm saying? So I'm a hypocrite for saying it, but if you're gonna smoke or use tobacco products, wait till you're 21 and up if you live in the United States. But generally speaking, you shouldn't smoke. I started when I was like 16, 17, 18 years old. And I'm now almost 31. Mm. And tobacco is so addicting. Dude, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think Starbucks is addicting. You know those people who have to have their Starbucks fix, otherwise their whole day is shit? Cigarettes are like that, but like 10 times worse. You know, like the Snickers commercials, like the one with Betty White, rest in peace. Drew, eat a Snickers. Why? Because you're being a bitch right now. It's kind of like that with cigarettes. It's like, Josh, what? Oh my God, fuck you. It's like, dude, what the hell is your problem, you irritable son of a bitch? I haven't had a cigarette yet. Well, go outside and have one. Fine, I will. Go outside, fucking light it up. Halfway through the cigarette, you're like, oh my God. Oh. Which sucks because I'm a singer and, you know, I run the risk of losing my singing voice by smoking cigarettes. So instead of quitting, I've cut down on my cigarettes. If I can make a pack last 4 days versus go through a pack in like a whole day, that's better, I suppose. Which that's usually what I do unless I'm stressed. I can make a pack of cigarettes last 3 to 4 days. I have if I have a cigarette in the morning, and then like midday, like afternoon. Have one in the afternoon, and then one in the evening. I'm relatively, you know what I'm saying? I suffer from Asperger's, and because of my autism, my brain doesn't fire off dopamine like it's supposed to. So, like the nicotine actually helps. I don't just smoke cigarettes, cigars, and a pipe, or occasionally chew because I think I'm a badass who's being rebellious and trying to be cool. It's not even that. It's just it helps with my autism. So people who have ADHD or autism tend to do things like smoke cannabis, cigarettes, and drink alcohol, which I'm a proud cannabis user. I believe marijuana should be legal all over the world. There'd be less problems in the world if we had a hippie mentality. You know what I'm saying, YouTube? Everyone's out to screw each other and what's in it for me, and not in the good way either. You know what I'm saying? Nobody trusts each other. Like, it's sad. People don't really go out of the way to help anyone anymore, and it's just sad. If I can, I would help somebody, dude. Straight up. If one of my neighbors came up to me that I don't even know, and they're like, "Hey, man, you got a cigarette? I'm having a bad day." Even if I've got like 2 cigarettes left, I'll give them one, and I'll smoke the other one with them. Be like, "So what's on your mind? What's eating you, man?" And try to offer a listening ear. No, it's ridiculous how shitty the world is, and then it becomes even shittier when nobody wants to help out, dude. I get depressed because of my own shit, but then when I see how much homelessness is a problem in areas like Los Angeles and what have you, it breaks my heart. And that's what I get for wearing my heart on my sleeve. I got a heart of gold, but I'm also an asshole, if that makes any sense. And I want to help, but I can't. You know what I'm saying? All these charities I want to donate to, and I can't because realistically, you can't donate to every charity. You know what I'm saying? Might work on my new album, Satan's Bell, after this if I feel like it. I've already got 5 songs in 34 minutes. And the vocal layering for the bell tower bashing. Oh yeah. One day I got the crazy idea to mix power metal with black metal and hip hop and like rock beats kind of thing. Like you hear with the last couple albums. And I like the sound so much. I was like, this is my new sound. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna stick with it. But yeah. Not everyone's gonna be a fan of the Ava Grande metal that I put out. Similarly, circling back to the video, not everyone's gonna be a fan of fat people. Like, I don't care if you're fat. That's your choice, mate. That is your bloody choice. Sometimes you can't control it. You're powerless against it. Your only 2 options are fucking surgery or liposuction, and that sucks. But there are some people who choose it on purpose because they want to, and that's just what the whole acceptance thing is about. Is accepting that sometimes it's a person's choice, and sometimes you can't change it. Since when is drug addiction trendy? It's only trendy when you're a fucking rock star. Yeah. And of course, it depends on what drug you're doing and how often do you do it. The problem isn't drugs, it's people. I know that sounds controversial as fuck, but hear me out. There are plenty of people who use drugs, but they don't let it dictate their life. You know what I'm saying? There are people out there who it's like, yeah, they'll smoke pot on occasion, but it doesn't like control their life. You know what I'm saying? And that's a shit example because marijuana is relatively safe compared to like some of the harder shit, like cocaine or meth. Fuck meth, fuck heroin. Cocaine should be legal. It's a plant. You cut it with safe to use shit like sugar and some baking soda versus whatever the fuck else they're putting in it. Tax the fuck out of it. Hey, look at that. It's safer to use. There's no gang violence and no overdoses. Huh. You can overdose from cocaine pretty easily if you're not careful, man. So that's just it. I'm not saying you should go out and start snorting up like some Black Sabbath snowblind kind of thing. But at the same time, it's like priorities, man. When people lie, cheat, steal, murder, and whore themselves out for drugs, that's all people focus on. These fucked up assholes who shouldn't be doing them in the first place. You know, it's kind of like when people have pit bulls. Fucking, they don't focus on the good owners, but the pit bulls who attack people. It's like, no, this dog, you know.
A handful of pills, so maybe it is. And being alpha is shamed. Okay. And all the power to you, brothers and sisters out there. Keep fucking striving forward. It'll get better. Drug addiction, trendy, maybe. When I was younger, I went out with my mates. All of them couldn't go to nightclubs without a handful of pills, so maybe it is. And being alpha is shamed. Okay. Being alpha should be shamed. And I'll tell you why. If you think you're an alpha, you're not. Actual alphas.
Exactly. If you have to project to the world that, oh, I'm just this big macho alpha male, look at me with my chest hair. Like, look at me. Yeah, I'm such an alpha male. Yeah. Then you're probably not an alpha, dude. Alpha males do not say, they just do. It's the way they carry themselves. They don't go around saying that, oh yeah, I've got the biggest cock on the planet. It's the energy, it's the confidence. You know what I'm saying, YouTube?
Of the pack are ones that go about their business daily by helping other people and making them better versions of themselves. That's an alpha. That means your dad can be an alpha, or your mum can be an alpha, your sister, your wife. It doesn't fucking matter. Being someone who leads from the front, that is an alpha.
First off, obesity is tolerated. Is it? Is it?
It is. It's celebrated and glorified in our society. But to be fair, being super skinny was celebrated like 20 years ago. Like 1970s, 60s, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. The whole reason we have the body positivity movement is because being skinny or underweight was celebrated in our society. That doesn't mean we need to celebrate being Jabba the Hutt status.
Are you asking me? Yes. Yes, it is. And do you notice how her reaction to that, rather than talking about it and explaining it or even arguing the point, her reaction is to go, blah, 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 blah.
This is our dog Maxine, and this is her graveyard of toys. Toys don't last long.
Oh, look at the doggy.
Not the elephant, not Pikachu, not whatever this is. We've tried a lot of different toys, all destroyed within a day or two. What a bloodbath. So we were really excited when we got our Super Chewer box in the mail. This month's theme was breakfast in bed. Usually Maxine is pretty patient
I
with
like breakfast in bed, but because it's a dog, Barkfist. Oh my goodness.
to film an ad for the internet, but she wasn't too happy she had to wait to play with these toys. This month's box included a treat dispensing rubber rough berry, a nylon and rubber banana, and a nylon egg. The boxes also come with a ton of treats. Now that we got the product shots out of the way, it was time
The dog is so cute.
to what Maxine thought of the toys.
With the doggy.
We put some of the treats in the rough berry. She
There's a
loved that.
doggy.
That kept her busy for a while. Then we even hid the banana amongst her other toys, and we're honestly surprised that it's all she wanted to play with. So if your little chunk is a toy monster like Maxine, we highly recommend the Super Chewer box. So go to
Doggies.
superchewer.com and customize your dog's
Those are
box with
doggies.
tough toys and tasty
Those are
treats.
If I could afford a dog, I'd probably get one, but my ass is broke. I can't afford the dogs are expensive. My friends, my family, and my neighbors all have dogs, so you know what I'm saying, like, I can get my dog fixed just stepping outside to have a cigarette. I go outside and it's like, oh, that's just the goth dude who makes videos. He's autistic. He's all right. He's a little weird, but he's all right.
What exactly is your definition of tolerance? Making your entire personality about drinking pre-workout and hating fat people for existing?
I mean, yeah, there are people like that. And to be fair, this goes both ways in that situation. Like I said earlier, people suck. I need a beer. And that's just it. If you're one of those fucking assholes that makes your whole life about working out and then secretly hating fat people, it's because you're pissed off and you're so self-conscious about your own fucking looks and such a shallow fucking person that people who don't even have to try to maintain their physique are getting more attention than you, and you can't fucking stand it, can you? Pisses you off, doesn't it?
You know, people have said this about me, that I hate fat people, and it couldn't be further from the truth. I dedicate some videos to actually helping people to lose weight because it'll allow them to live a longer life. Because
Here's the thing of it. You can sit here and make all these motivational videos and all motivational speeches. I believe in you. You can do it. Put down that fucking bacon wrapped deep fried Twinkie and that Bud Light, you fat piece of shit, and pick up a salad. Guess what? Doesn't matter, because you cannot change people for them. It doesn't matter if it's drugs or a weight issue or an alcohol addiction or what have you. People are not going to change for someone else.
I don't want you dying in your 40s from heart disease. Okay? I understand.
And you know what? If you die in your 40s from heart disease because you're like 900 pounds overweight, that's your choice. Who the fuck realistically wants to live to be 114? People are like, Cobra, you better quit smoking. It's bad for you. And I'm like, fuck you.
Drew's mad at this because she's a big girl herself, right?
Oh my fucking God. Drew a flu, the picture he used. What? Drew a flu is not a big girl. She's a little bit thick, yes, but she's not like compared to Tess Holliday. Fucking Drew a flu is pretty fucking skinny. Are you shitting me with this right now, Butterfield?
She's probably struggled with weight her whole life. But take sex out of it.
She's not even that fat, dude. Like, oh wow, a little bit extra. I thought she looked good in that bikini pic, but that's just me.
Male or female, you cannot live a healthy life as an obese person.
And of course,
And here's the shit part of it. You spend your whole life being healthy and conscious of what you eat. You're still gonna fucking die. That is the bitch of it. You could spend your whole fucking entire life eating healthy, exercising, all this shit. And on your fucking deathbed, someone says, what's your last request? And just to be a cheeky cunt, you're like, hey, you know what? Give me a plate with something as unhealthy as you could possibly find. They come back with a plate. Here's a deep fried Snickers wrapped in bacon. Here's a deep fried Twinkie wrapped in bacon. you're eating these two things, sitting there like, oh my God, all the delicious food I missed out on in life. If only I could live a couple more years to try it all. And then, boop, you flatline. You gotta live life to the fullest and not worry about it so much, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, if people have a problem, what the fuck you're eating, well, they're not paying for it, are they? It's not their stomach that's digesting it. It's not their fucking stomach that's digesting it. So who the fuck cares? If you want to stuff yourself with the big old party sides, bag of Doritos.
Alphas shamed. Here's a fun fact. Alphas don't exist.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. There are top tier dudes. And if you're saying that, then top tier chicks don't exist.
Not even in the wild, bitch.
What? Wolves, lions, fucking sea lions, galah.
So if alphas don't exist, then how come dogs will fight with members of their own pack to establish dominance? And as a human being, if you like dogs, you can see that dog's the top dog of the pack next to the owner. You can see it. If you're the kind of person that has, like, I don't know, 4 to 8 to 15 dogs at one point, you're going to have that one dog that just runs the whole pack next to you.
They all have a
I hate to say this, but no, actually, I don't. Butterfield's right. There are animals who establish dominance. Okay? Even king cobras during mating season will fight with other males for the attention of the female, the queen cobra. I've seen it. Like, they do this, like, fight where they, like, try to push each other down or bite each other or whatever. And then the victor gets to take home the female. Now, why did I choose a cobra for my female empowerment shirts? Because I like cobras, and yeah, women aren't afraid to get defensive when they're cornered or threatened, and cobras are no different. You piss a woman off, oh boy. As much as I love cobras, I wouldn't want to piss one off, I'll tell you that right now. And I feel the same way about of-age women.
leader. That's the alpha. It doesn't mean anything about being male, all right? You can say alpha male, you can say alpha female, you can say alpha or male. I don't give a fuck. But it is a fucking thing, so shut up.
A key that opens many locks is a master key. A lock that opens to any key is a shitty lock.
Okay, so our mate's basically saying for a dude to have his dick go into a lot of people, he has to be very charming and charismatic and special, right? And that's a fair point. And for a lady to have their lock or vag intercepted by a lot of people, they don't really have to do much, and that might be a bit of a turn-off.
Guys can be pigs, and it depends on the guys you're fucking. But for the most part, yeah, women don't really have to try that hard to get dick. Some basic female grooming. You know, you shave your pits, your legs, you pluck your eyebrows, you put on like a little bit of makeup. Even no makeup, you just walk in there to the bar with your jeans and a t-shirt and your hair in a ponytail. And if you're cute enough, some dude will be like, hey, I think you're cute. Can I buy you a drink? Never see that for dudes unless you're me. True story, I've had people buy me drinks at the bar because I'm a YouTube celebrity. Bitchin'. But no, it's the truth. Like, I'm not trying to pick on women when I say this, but it's the fucking truth. Women don't realize how much power they have on the dating scene. And yes, while men do not get criticized for getting pussy, they get criticized for being a player, just like women get criticized for being a slut. So there's that. Kind of puts a little hole in that argument, doesn't it?
Now
The
that
whole Key Smith.
doesn't matter for each person. Like, whatever. If you want to cop heaps of dicks, all the power to your sister, brother, or whatever. But here's the thing. For a man to go to a nightclub and pick up a lady, he has to be charming. He has to be fun.
And you know what I'm saying? This idea that women don't have to be charming and have a personality to pick up dudes, I feel like that's a bit insulting to women personally. Because yeah, if I saw like the hottest fucking of age chick at the bar, okay, and she's fucking white girl wasted, and she's offering me some minge, I'm gonna be like, well, first of all, I'm gonna be like, okay, are all your options out? You went for the balding autistic loser. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not complaining, but shit. Are all your options so fucking low that you're like, you know what? That's the autistic fucker who's bald and makes YouTube videos. Ugh. But then after a couple more drinks, you're just like, you start seeing my good looks outside of this fucking mess right here. And then you're like, okay, you know what? I kind of see it. And then one of your gal pals was like, oh, look over there. That's King Cobra JFS. I heard he has a huge cock. Bullshit. Every guy says that. Now look. Insert one of my naked pictures from like back in the day where it's like up to like here underneath my, not really touching my belly button, but okay, TMI. And then you see that and you go, well, you know, that's how a lot of chicks are able to overlook my Asperger's and my creepy autistic gaze and my lack of fucking hair. Is I'm a funny motherfucker who respects women, and I got a huge cock and some nice biceps. And I'm like 6 foot tall, so that helps. I'm telling you right now, fellas, getting a chick who has no personality but all looks is super fucking easy. All you gotta do is, oh my god, you're so pretty. And then, you know what I'm saying? And then that's all it takes. You got money and a huge dick, you're set for life, dude.
He has to be good looking. He's got to be fit. He's got to be dressed nice, smell nice. He's got to buy a drink. He's got to have money in his account, all that type of shit. And maybe he'll get a root after the third date after he's paid some money in the form of dinner. For a lady, all you have to do, right, lady?
Ladies get fucking slut shamed for getting pussy. Men get simp shamed for trying to get it. Fuck our society.
Ready for this? All you have to do is be above a 4 and walk in and say, who wants to fuck me? You will be.
I disagree, Butterfield, because women have pussy. And if you're old enough and it's consensual, that's all women need. So I'm telling you, if you're an ugly ass dude, you're going to have a harder time getting laid than an ugly ass chick. And that's just the cold truth of it. Especially in a fucking society that celebrates body positivity. You got some chick who's 400 pounds overweight. Her back is covered in hairy, disgusting moles. And she got a fucking face that looked like it got beat to death with an ugly stick. There's a dude out there who probably hasn't had pussy, or hasn't had it in a long enough time, to where he's just like, if I drink to make her pretty, that's the problem with that, fellas. I mean, I got a huge mole on the side of my fucking head right here, so I got room to talk. But here's the thing of it, YouTube. If you got a drink to make her pretty, don't fuck it. Wake up next to fucking Chewbacca like, it's like you wake up in bed with the worst fucking hangover. You're just like, ow, my fucking head. Oh, my head. Ow. Ow. Oh my God. Too much Jack Daniels. What was I? Oh my God. You roll over in bed and you just see it. The big, fat, flabby 900-pound whale in your bed snoring loudly. And you're just like, and she's got more hair than you do. And you're just like, oh God. Ugh. you crawl out of bed holding your head like, oh, too much. You're in the fucking toilet puking, and then you're standing in the mirror, in the bathroom mirror, either at your place or her place, looking at yourself in the mirror like, you disgust me. Even your dick doesn't want to look at you. It's just like this. And then as you're sitting there getting dressed, like, she wakes up and goes, oh my God, that was an amazing night. And you're just like, yeah. And you don't want to be a cunt about it, so you're just like, hey, you want to go out to Denny's or IHOP for breakfast? Even on the back of your mind, you're like, I don't want to be seen in public with this. And women feel the same way about us dudes when we're that gross, so don't even get it twisted. When women and men are equally as shallow, but it's only mean when men do it. Right. I see how our society works.
Undated with dick. Us men are charitable people. Any hole's a goal. That's a male phrase. Have you ever heard that before? Any hole's a goal? That's a male
That's a horrible phrase. And the only reason they have that phrase is because men are not allowed to have standards. It's this female overlord mentality that's in our fucking society. Which I'm all for gender equality and giving women a fair chance here, but come on. Any hole's the goal. Fuck off with that. And here's the thing of it, YouTube. Here's the thing of it. I had this chick approach me at a bar. Okay. Wasn't the prettiest. Definitely on the heavier side. But she's dressed in all black. So I'm like, okay. She's wearing all black. This could be for a stimulating conversation. But her personality was so exactly the opposite of mine that it's just like, oh, it was uncomfortable to talk to her. And it's like, I can get past the fact that she's got a busted ass face. I can get past the fact that she was, not bodacious. Yeah. Call me a fucking pig. Screw you. There are women out there who demand their men have a six-pack abs, but the second I want a chick who's a little bit skinnier and has a curvy waist, I'm a fucking pig. Fuck you and your fucking hypocrisy. Like, I saw that picture of Drew Afualo in her bikini, and I'm like, that's more than doable for me, man. Shit. The first thing that attracts people to each other is looks. It's not personality, because here's the thing of it. You want to call me a fucking asshole? It's the truth. You cannot tell someone's personality just by staring at them from across the room. Yeah, don't assume shit, because assuming makes an ass out of you and me both. No, I fucked a fat chick or two in my day. I'm not proud of it, but we've all done it as guys. And I couldn't make the relationship work because my dick would not get hard when I was. Yeah. I'm not going to go out of my way to bully someone just because they're fat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, that's just it. That's exactly my point. Is when you got morbidly obese fat chicks who demand that their man be in tip-top shape and have a six-pack abs and look like Mr. He-Man, her, and they say no fatties. No one says shit, but if that chick gets rejected by some dude, the same kind of dude she wants for being too fat for his taste, fucking, oh, she'll go off. Hear her roar, damn it. You'll hear that snatch of steaming a mile away just like this. It sounds like a tea kettle on the stove, like, is somebody making a spot of tea? No, there's a pissed off female and she's not happy about it. You just see steam coming out of her pants, like. And I'm not saying that fat chicks have to date fat dudes, but don't get pissed off when the dude you're after doesn't like fat chicks, especially when you yourself say no fatties. That's all I'm saying.
Say, no ladies running around going, oh, any dick will do the trick. No way, just men. We are charitable, nice people.
This dude is easily the most insufferable dude I've ever seen on any form of media.
Like, I'm not trying to crap on Drew Afualo, but you want to call somebody insufferable for body shaming Tess Holliday, and then you sit there and you pick apart the way that dude looks? I need to have more confidence in myself. That's something I've been working on for years. I'm not a loser, I'm a winner. I'm a YouTube celebrity. It's got 30,000 subscribers. Any chick would be lucky to have me. Keep that attitude. I eat pussy like a boss, dude. I'm good at that shit. Because I got a fat tongue. Yeah. I'm not trying to get with this Drew Afualo chick. I'm just doing a video response. I don't want any drama. Fucking hate drama.
Worse than Joe Rogan. Because on top of the fact that he
Of course she hates Joe Rogan.
is painfully fucking sick. This man hasn't seen or touched women in I don't know how fucking long. It's
And you haven't touched dick in so fucking long, it's made you a miserable feminazi. Bet. That's how it happens. That's how it starts. We gotta break that cycle. Just because I haven't had an of-age girlfriend in almost 5 years, I still respect women and treat them with respect. Even if they want to call me a fucking asshole and a pig and a piece of shit, and they shove sex in my face and tell me you need to get laid, and I'm like, well, you need some dick. Have a nice day, and just one of these numbers and walk away. Yeah, because the expression is be the bigger man. So in this case, that's kind of sexist to imply that men thing. So we'll just say be the bigger person. Why is it that when women have shit experiences with men, all of a sudden they either become a crazy cat lady or they hate men and blame them for everything? Why is it that when dudes have shit experiences with women, they become incel pieces of shit? It doesn't have to be like that, because at the end of the day, it's the dating scene. We as adults struggle with this shit. Figuring out who we are, what our type is, etc. And getting rejected by your type, it sucks, Asperger's, dude. I'll drink to that. Been there, done that, burnt the t-shirt. I've had a problem with women telling me no my entire life. Even when I'm a decent guy and I work on myself and better my character, I still get told no. So I'm at that point where I'm like, fuck it, that's their loss. Thank you, Lucifer, for chatterbait females. Yeah, buddy. Because sometimes jacking off to a hot of-age chick on chatterbait is so much easier than dealing with the drama, the bullshit, and the nagging, and the whining, and the complaining. Like, women want to get pissed off when we accuse them of nagging. Well, you accuse us of mansplaining, so how is it any different? Hey, I'm just saying, I'm all about gender equality, and acknowledging the uncomfortable truth is what I'm good at. Yeah. And is it really nagging? You know, this is why women don't say shit to men and play guessing games, because a lot of men will do this crap. Oh, you're just nagging. People contribute to their own problem and then bitch because their dating life sucks. It's like, where's the weed at? And take a big old fat rip of that circle and just be like, hold on a second. Oh, here it is. I got some of this Delta 8 fucking mixed with the fan scents. Whatever this is, I like it. I still got a big old bottle of it. I've also got CBD and nicotine e-liquid in this vapor. Hold on one second. Oh God. My body just naturally does not like vaping that much, but it's convenient if you don't want to go outside for a cigarette. Plus, you can add some kind of vape juice to it. Yeah. And I'm not sorry for telling it like it is. I refuse to apologize for that shit. Oh, Cobra, you think you're so perfect? You have a drinking problem. I'm like, no, I don't. I really don't. Because I spent the last 2 days and I subconsciously said to myself, I don't want a beer. I'm good. If I can subconsciously say to myself and make myself say, I don't want any alcohol, and then choose to start up again whenever I want, then really I don't have a problem. The only one who's got a problem with it is pretty much everyone else. All these fucking hypocrites who are shoving Big Macs down their fucking throats. But you want to criticize me for smoking cigarettes and drinking beer. Mm.
So evident.
That's homophobic, Drew.
He is also balding. Like,
Drew.
Okay, so if you criticize a dude for balding, you're just doing your thing. Fucking. But if someone were to make fun of the way Drew Afualo looks, she loses her shit. I'm like, okay, not trying to be an ass, but why is it okay for women to criticize the way us men look? But because if we do it to women, we're the assholes. And I'll answer that question because women are held to a higher beauty standard than men. You think people give a shit if men are gross, hairy, fat, disgusting pig animals? Well, if you treat women like shit, of course they're gonna care. But outside of that, oh, that's good. I might have one more after the video. Then I'm good on that until the South Park premiere. Mr. Garrison should not be allowed to teach kids. Ugh. Nasty motherfucker. Ugh. I had the funniest idea for a South Park episode where the goth kids get mistaken as transgender, and Cartman does a YouTube video channel like Nicotine Avocado, where he calls his mom a fucking bitch, and then just smears food all over his face. And Ike Roblaski is in a drag queen transgendered freaking beauty pageant. It'd be weird, but funny at the same time because in the way it reflects. You know how many times I've gotten called trans just because I paint my nails and wear goth makeup? I'm like, that's the stereotype, my dude. I'm proud of the dick I got between my legs, and I identify as, well, cisgendered male. But thank you for being so concerned about my pronouns.
Drewy, can I call you Drewy, babe? Again with the men with the receding hairlines. You're talking about something that men cannot control. It's in their DNA, love.
Exactly. Even if I had a healthier diet and didn't smoke, eventually I would have gone bald because it's in my DNA. Since when did Drew become a female's name? Unless you count Drew Barrymore, so never mind. I digress.
Someone who promotes body positivity all the time, the fact that you're body shaming men, it's a real shame. But yeah, I don't really give a fuck. But the fact that you're running around like some boss bitch warrior, that you're some mad dog, thinking you're real cool because you're so.
Yeah, no shit, Butterfield. You got Drew a flu running around like she's some botch head honcho chick. Another chick fighting the patriarchy. Ooh. That's what kills me about it. You got women who are living under Sharia law, who have no power and no say in how they're treated. And then you got women in a Western society who are going like this. Look at my hairy armpits. Look at them. Look at them. Fuck the patriarchy. You can't tell me shit. Hey, love, you live in a Western society. No one gives a shit or it's going to stop you from not shaving your pits. But if a dude doesn't want to fucking date you because you don't want to shave your armpits, you're a fucking hypocrite because you won't date that dude for not having a six pack. So really, you know what I'm saying? It's the truth, YouTube. Women are so fucking catty that they're just like, oh, hey, those other women in the Sharia law, oh, that's competition. No, fuck them. I'm going to continue fighting the non-existing oppression on the Western world because do you know how many fucking Middle Eastern women would love to be able to go to the mall and find the sluttiest outfit and just show it off and then call men a fucking rapist for staring when they're the ones showing it off? That kind of Western female power that you ladies have in a Western society. Oh my God. And you want to talk about oppression because men think hairy armpits are gross. I'm just like, that's not all men though. Some dudes are into it. You just gotta find the right dude, honey. Quit bitching about it. Jesus Christ. Is it really dressing slutty? Because I hate that expression for that matter. And the woman can't dress the way she wants without it being called slutty because she's showing off her body. You know, that double standard pisses me off because if dudes dress in a way to show off their muscles, they get called a stud. Like, oh yeah, look at that stud. Yeah, he totally works out. But if fucking chicks dress in a way to show off their body, they get slut shamed for it. Fuck that shit. Like women sitting there being like, look, we have hairy armpits. Ha! It's like, slow clap for you, love. I got them too. Well, I did until someone paid me $50 on PayPal to shave it on YouTube. And I'm like, you know what? I'll do it. It's because there are women who are fighting for equality with the whole body hair thing. So fuck it. And I shaved them. But it's like, ladies, you're not the only ones being told how to fucking shave your body hair. And this is what kills me about the hypocrisy of the whole thing. You got Manscaped commercials. Some hot bitch on fucking Manscaped going, fellas, I like a smooth ride. So check out manscaped.com. I'm like, could you fucking be... And then you got the culprit underwear commercials where the chick is ripping off the dude's clothes so she could see his underwear. Could you imagine if that were gender reversed? Here's a Victoria's Secret commercial. Some hot chick at the gym jogging with her titties in a little push-up sports bra, but she's got a top on underneath. And the dude just comes up and rips off her clothes because he wants to see her tits and her ass. Or better yet, the I'm Your Venus commercial. Here comes a dude holding a pink razor saying, ladies, I don't know about you, but when I'm eating pussy, I want it to be nice and smooth. So check out Gillette's Venus line. You'd never hear the end of it. There'd be a march of angry feminists standing outside Victoria's Secret and Gillette razors going, you fucking sexist pigs. So if it's wrong for men to do it, why isn't it wrong for women to do it? And vice versa. That's what I'm about on my channel, man, when it comes to the whole gender relations bullshit. Is gender equality, man. Fucking A. I'm not trying to be that typical triggered millennial, but when I saw the Manscaped commercial, I was just like, isn't there a movement of angry feminists who are getting pissed off because men are allegedly telling them how to shave their body hair? Then you go have a chick who unironically is doing it for a shaver for your balls, for your bollocks. Like, what? But then I saw, you know what I'm saying, the commercials featuring culprit underwear where the chick is ripping off the dude's clothes so she could see his underwear. And I'm like, if that were gender reversed, if it was a culprit underwear commercial where the dude was like Fabio with these big ass muscles, just ripping the fuck out of some chick's clothes because he wanted to see her culprit underwear. And he's just going on YouTube like, I want a bad bitch, a naughty girl. So check out culprit underwear for female. They'll make your boobs and your pussy feel amazing. Let me see those underwear. You'd never see the end of it, dude. You'd never hear the fucking end of it. Culprit underwear would have so many fucking angry feminists going, how dare you simulate rape? Because that's what it is. You're fucking, you know what I'm saying? You got some chick aggressively ripping off the clothes of some dude because she wants to see his underwear. If that were gender reversed, women would be screaming about how that simulates rape and your commercial's fucking sexist and Oh my God. You never hear the end of it, dude. So basically, when it comes down to this, if it's a male's body, how is it rape? How is it body shaming? All men want is sex, and men are pigs, and pigs are fat. So who cares if men are fat, right? Is that how this works, ladies? Just asking for a friend. I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just trying to figure out how women think. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you cannot base that off of one woman's opinion because every woman is different. I can always see that episode of South Park. I'm not trans. I'm freaking goth. It's okay. You're so stunning and brave. Oh my God. This bitch right here.
In the world and protecting people. No, you're just the mean fuckers doing the exact same thing to other people.
Hey! So I want to talk to y'all about something that's like...
Oh! That'd be like what Terrence Pop does with Blake when they do the whole thug life thing, and it's like, yeah. Now, if you went on TikTok and you were just like, hey, you shouldn't body shame people, that's not nice. But hey, everybody, it's your girl Drew Afualo, just doing another video response, and another male pig is criticizing the way Tess Holliday looks. Well, fuck him. You think it's easy being attractive and skinny? And you know what I'm going to say to that? Beauty is in the eye of the beer holder. Yeah. I saw that at a bar here in town, and I was like, that's funny. That is fucking gold. There's a reason why whiskey dick exists for a reason. If you have to drink to make her look pretty, chances are you're not going to want to wake up to her the next day. And that's when your dick is just like, bro, no, I'm not. No, stop. I don't care if she's of age. That bitch is nasty. No. Get that away from. Okay. Fucking hate sickos. Why do I hate my trolls?
But also, not.
Oh, for fuck me dead. I cannot watch people. No, you're just the mean. It's a real shame. But yeah, I don't really give a fuck. But the fact that you're running around like some boss bitch warrior, that you're some mad dog, thinking you're real cool because you're saving the world and protecting people. No, you're just the mean fuckers doing the...
No, if you were really a boss bitch, you would stand up for body positivity for men as well. Because you think men don't feel this kind of pressure? If we're not like Vin Diesel or Dwayne The Rock Johnson or the Situation from Jersey Shore, if we don't have the fucking 12-pack abs, like the washboard cuts, you know what I'm saying? You think men don't feel self-conscious about their body? Like you're sitting there, like as a dude, hypothetical, but we've all been there as dudes. You're in between relationships. You haven't had a girlfriend in about a year or so, whatever. Yeah. You go to the movie theater to have some popcorn, and the person behind the counter is like, would you like extra butter with that? Fuck yeah, I want extra butter with that shit. Pour some of that nacho cheese in there while you're at it. Extra butter and nacho cheese so I can close the bag up and shake it up and have like nacho cheese, extra buttered movie theater popcorn. Yeah. And you're sitting there pigging out on this cheese-induced butter coma goodness, and the movie starts. And then halfway through the movie, there's an explosion, and freaking Vin Diesel rips his shirt off, and his abs are all cut, and all the chicks in the front row sitting in front of you are going, oh my God, Stacy, he has the nicest abs. I wish my man had abs like that. And you're sitting there looking down at your popcorn like, I feel like a fat piece of shit. But you can't say that because men are not allowed to show emotions. No. Bottle it up, you pussy. Now, I've cracked some jokes before where I'm like, real men cry, Tom Brady's just a bitch. But all joking aside, I'm a dude too, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? To be fair, I don't really like Tom Brady that much. I think he's a cocky prick. But I don't blame him for getting upset. You know what I'm saying? When he loses the game, like, oh, dude. Like, if you made it to the Super Bowl and you lost the game, you'd be like, oh, motherfucker. Cameras are on your face, and you're like, don't cry about it. Don't fucking cry about it. And I'm not going to give Tom Brady shit for crying about losing a game because I got shit for crying about 9/11 and the Sandy Hook shooting. Shit you not, dude. I was doing a video on YouTube for the 20th anniversary of 9/11, sitting there singing some Toby Keith, courtesy of the red, white, and blue, #never forget. And then an ad came on for the Sandy Hook shooting, and I was a little bit drunk, and me wearing my hearts on my sleeve, I cried about it. Because it's only gotten worse since 9/11. It's only gotten worse. Now we're dealing with the pandemic. Compared to 9/11, the fucking coronavirus has killed a lot more people, but I didn't say that. I'm just like, all the mass shootings we've had since 9/11. Taking away AR-15s isn't going to stop mass shootings, but having stricter gun control, like raising the age for an AR-15 to be 21 and up, just because it's a rifle, on the technicality that it shoots a pistol cartridge, it should be treated as a pistol, even though it's a rifle. So 21 and up for AR-15s, no magazines with more than 30 rounds. So it's 30 rounds or less, no bump fire stocks, no fully automatic, and no silencers. No one ever focuses on when like AR-15s are used to stop a bad guy. Every time we hear about AR-15s in the news, it's always, yeah, another mass shooting. And I'm like, fuck me. Plus, if Joe Biden makes AR-15s illegal, that's not going to stop some dickhead from 3D printing it in his fucking basement. I'm just saying. No offense to anyone. But do you really think somebody who famously said sometimes all you need is a double barrel shotgun is going to take away your guns? Because if he does, that make him a hypocrite. Which politicians being hypocrites? No. That's unheard of, YouTube. Oh, shit. I don't give a shit if Joe Biden's president. I got no problems with the dude, as long as he ain't no creep or sick fuck. The child hair sniffing thing was a little weird, but outside of that, I don't care. I could give 4 fucks less who the president is. But you know what fucking kills me about that, to be honest? One of my friends was the biggest Joe Biden supporter, sat there trash talking Trump the whole way, right? And then several months later, that same friend is now trash talking Joe Biden. I'm like, fucking politics, dude. No, Wyoming is an oil state, and that's the only problem I really have. Okay, with all due respect. The state I live in, good old Wyoming, is an oil-based state. So with Joe Biden shutting down all the oil refineries, not all of them, but some, for a greener environment, the problem with being president is you can't please everyone. Okay, that is the fucking truth. You can't please everyone. So yeah, if you shut down the oil refineries for a greener environment, you make all these fucking liberal fucking wannabe hippie environmentalist fucks happy. But all the people who rely on oil as a source of income, all the hardworking Americans who are risking their lives to work on the oil fields, well, screw them, I guess, right? Wyoming strong, motherfucker. If they could find a way to clone the oil we already have so we don't have to keep drilling for it, it would be better for the environment. All these oil companies could find a way to copy the oil they already have. You can control the oil stock based off of how much money you want to make, etc., etc. And it'd be less harmful for the environment. That for me would be a solution if it's at all possible. That way, people won't lose their jobs in the oil industries by cloning it. You'd have to like cut down on oil drilling a lot, but not like completely. Excuse me. You have to understand, YouTube, that being the president is not an easy job. You're going to piss anybody off no matter what you do. It's just easier to hate the president than it is to understand them. And it's like, you think you can do a better job? Step up when Joe Biden leaves office and run for president. Go ahead, do it. But you have no experience. That didn't stop Trump from becoming president. Oh boy.
Same thing to other people.
Hey! So I want to talk to y'all about something that's like funny, but also not.
Oh, for
Okay, so what's funny and it's not funny. Which is it? Women do this crap. They say one thing, but even though they mean the exact opposite. That is a classic female thing. And it's like they say they want a bad boy who's an asshole, but as soon as he treats her like shit, she's done with his crap. So if he's completely nice to her, oh my God, he's a pushover. You know what I'm saying? It's like, how the fuck are you supposed to please women?
fuck me dead. I cannot watch this shit much longer. Honestly, it's doing my fucking head in.
Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
Do y'all hear?
I'll drink to that. Yeah, I will drink to that. It's because children are innocent and need to be protected from the world's fucked off shit. Dogs are just awesome, and women, they have their moments too. They're pretty awesome in their own special way. But it's the truth. Like, men are not loved in our society. We're only loved if we have a huge cock and lots of money. Big enough to touch your cervix, if you catch my drift. Let's see what Drew Afualo. Hey, that's cute how her name rhymes. Drew Afualo. How do you draw a flu? How does the flu virus look? Okay, don't be a smartass.
It's the world's tiniest violin.
Oh my God. This right here, where I was just like, would you be saying this if this nobody cared about women attitude existed like it did in the 1950s? Oh, fuck no. If you were sitting there bitching about the oppression that women received in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s, and then some dude came by and was like, oh, the world's smallest violin because women have more rights than men today, so I don't want to hear it. Wah. You would lose your fucking shit. And last time I checked, it's not my fucking fault that women were treated like crap for the last couple of centuries. Me personally, if I had any say in the matter, I would have gender equality for all who deserve it, women and men. That's what I do. I go to our founding fathers and I'd be like, listen here, Ben Franklin, George Washington, Thomas Jefferson. Would you be a sexist cunt towards your own mother and take her rights away? Oh, you wouldn't. So then why the fuck would you treat your modern day woman like that? We all bleed the same color of blood. Should that not be enough to unite us? After all, it's called the United States of America, last time I checked. Our country was founded on freedom and democracy, not freedom and hypocrisy. Okay, see what I did there? Yeah. Like Drew, a flu, I don't have any problems with you, girl. You're doing your thing, I'm doing my thing, but here's the thing of it. Do not bitch about the fucking lack of sympathy that men have for women when you are the same. You're just as bad as the sexist men you complain about. Like you're some would-be social justice warrior who's like, yeah. Because did you know that feminism is female equality on the basis of gender equality? If it's based off of gender equality, then feminists, a true feminist, will care about men's rights too. Just saying. Look it up if you don't believe me. Go to Google and look up the definition of feminism. Feminism, female equality on the basis of gender equality. And if the very foundation of feminism is gender equality, then women who are oppressing men are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. Because, that makes total sense, right? Treat men the same way they treat you, like shit. That'll make the ladies and the dudes get along. Fuck you to the moon.
God, bro, men are.
See, I
Men
disagree.
are what? Please inform us. Almighty Drew a flu.
You big bad Drew. Men go through issues. And what old mate was saying in that video. See, I disagree with you, big bad Drew. Men go through issues. And what old mate was saying in that video is that everyone else
This is why the Me Too movement was created. Because men and whites and everyone else, they have issues too. That's why it's called #MeToo. But some dickhead had to make it all about them when they had no issues. And because of that, the Me Too movement has been ruined by our society full of it's everyone's fault, everyone's a victim, everything's sexist, everything's racist, everything's misogynistic, everything's offensive. I'm offended. Oh my God. Did you just breathe? I'm offended that you're breathing by me because there are people with COPD who have a hard time breathing, and what you're doing is culturally appropriating their issue. Wow. How the people like that are so fucking annoying. People like that just wake up and go, what can I get pissed off about today? Oh my God. I saw my reflection in the mirror. I'm offended at myself because some people are blind and can't see. Oh, jeez. Walk out the door. Oh my God, do you have a dog? I'm offended. Why? Because some people could really use a therapy dog and they can't afford them. You bastard. People like that who are just either the biggest piece of shit or they're like overly offended by everything. You gotta find a common ground in the middle, YouTube. Don't be a miserable cunt, and at the same time, don't get offended by everything. Lighten the fuck up. How the fuck did a society, and this is a quote from one of my female friends, how the fuck did a society growing up watching The Simpsons, South Park, American Dad, Family Guy, The Cleveland Show, Beavis and Butthead, how the fuck did a generation of people growing up watching these shows become such overly sensitive pussy snowflakes? Kellogg's Frosted Snowflakes. They're offended. With their mascot, Tony the transgendered tiger. That was a joke, people. Calm down. Oh, excuse me. It's not Tony. It's Tanya. You fucking asshole. Mislabeling the transgender tiger. How dare you, Cobra? Oh my God. Oh shit. Okay. Shit.
The females, the children, get loved unconditionally, and yet men don't unless they add value. Maybe that's one of the.
That's the problem with our society is, yes, I'm all for protecting women, dogs, and children and all that good shit. But where's the protection and the support for us men? Like it's not today's man's fault because men 80 years ago were fucking the absolute worst to women. You know what I'm saying? Like when someone says, "How is this racist? Educate me," kind of thing. And then that person who says educate me gets looked at as a racist. I'm like, what? Are you fucking there's a big difference between being like, how is it racist? Educate me versus, hey, you cotton picking N-word cunts, porch monkey mother. You know what I'm saying? Dude, fuck racism. I'm not gonna say the N-word on my channel if I can help it, just because I'm white and my Scottish ancestors got called the N-word when they immigrated to the United States to escape a harsh life. The only difference is they were not forced to come here like the Africans were. Africans were forced to come here. The Scottish and the Irish chose to come here. That's the only difference. People are always going on about like, well, yeah, white people got called the N-word too, so what the fuck? And I'm like, No, if someone says, hey man, how is this racist? Educate me. They're trying to be informed on the issue, and if you're on a show called The Talk and you can't have a talk about this shit without someone getting offended, like, oh my God, did this white person just speak to me? How dare you? If you want to assume that all white people are bad, you're just as fucking obnoxious as the white people who assume all blacks are just gangbangers. I said it. Stereotypes ruin it for everyone. Thank you. But if white people want to get pissed off about the way they're being treated in today's society, you have no room to complain. Just like the men, you're only receiving a small microaggressive treatment. Like, it's so minuscule compared to what women and minorities have had to face. And you want to bitch when you get a small taste of it? Yeah, it's fucked. And why can't we all just get along? Fuck sickos, smoke some weed, that kind of thing. But at the same time, it's like, dude, until people are forcing you to sit at the back of the bus because you're white, until people are sitting there saying, you can't drink at this water fountain because you are white, until people are saying you have to use the nasty bathroom over there because you're white, until you are getting sprayed by black cops carrying a fucking fire hose because you're white. I don't want to hear shit from these whiny white motherfuckers. Check your fucking privilege.
Reasons that men kill themselves.
If you're being told we're not going to pay you as much money because, well, sorry, you don't have tits and a vagina, therefore you have less value in our workforce, then I don't want to hear shit about men complaining about sexism and racism, especially if you're white and you're cisgendered male. And for that matter, fuck the whole transracial bullshit or the trans age bullshit. You're like 28, but you identify as an 85-year-old man and you're a female. I'm just like, okay, our society is going off the rails on a crazy train, and this is beyond crazy train. This is just, all puns aside, bat shit crazy.
Disproportionately to women. So yeah, sometimes it needs to be about blokes as well. Now, it's not just TikTok where Drew carries on like the worst human alive. It's also her amazing podcast.
Like, okay, can we be nice adults and share the oppression and the privilege like mature adults? Can we do that, YouTube? Can we really? Instead of making it about all me or all them, like, fuck off.
Forgot what the name of it was, but I'm sure it's very memorable. Two Idiot Girls. Wow. May I recommend?
So apparently, Drew Afualo has a podcast called Two Idiot Girls. Like, she's trying to be funny on purpose. Like, oh, we're stupid. You know, if I see a podcast called Two Idiot Girls, the first thing I think is I'm not taking anything they say seriously because they call themselves idiots. I mean, am I the asshole for thinking that?
Two, it's a real laugh, breaking the chokehold of internal misogyny.
Internal misogyny. Real feminism acknowledges that, yes, your main focus should be for fighting for female equality. That includes the women in the Western societies all over the world. Not just, oh, hey, women in the Western society have more privilege now, so fuck everyone else, right? That's not how it works, ladies. That means you fight for the equality of Sharia law sufferers as well. While also acknowledging that, hey, if you're bitching about the sexism that men give to you, so you in turn are a bigger sexist to the men right back, which just causes them to be an even bigger sexist, and it becomes this cunt cock pissing contest of who can be a bigger asshole. And I'm just like, nobody's gonna enjoy that, dude. Nobody absolutely fucking doesn't do shit for gender relations. Make love, not war, that kind of thing, I guess, right? Yes.
Well, my favorite whinging episode, number 3, women aren't allowed to literally like anything.
Oh my god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Okay, season 1, episode 3 of Drew Aflu and her friends podcast. Women aren't allowed to literally like anything. Oh my god, dude! I'm not trying to have a stroke or a brain aneurysm on camera, but I think I need another beer. Women are, oh my god, shut the fuck up, you stupid fucking bitch. Women are not allowed to like anything. What? Oh, so you're telling me that women can't have preferences when they're totally allowed to have preferences? Oh my god. The stupidity of our society and people being stupid. Oh my god. You know, if Drew Aflu watches this video response and gets pissed off and says anything nasty about me, I'm going to be like, fuck you, bitch. I have autism. You feel good about yourself? Women are not allowed to like literally anything. Well, let me correct you on this, sweetheart, okay? If you're a woman in the Middle East and you're being oppressed by men and Sharia law, then your podcast would have more relevance. But if you're a woman in a Western society and you're like, for example, you're like, as a woman, just hypothetical, I like bacon. Well, you're not allowed to like bacon because it'll make you fat, and men bring home the bacon kind of thing. If some dude said that to you, you would lose your fucking shit, and rightfully so. Women should be allowed to like bacon just as much as men. You know what I'm saying? Women are not allowed to literally like anything. Oh my god. You want to have a conversation about this? Women can like dudes who have big cocks, but if a dude says he likes a chick with big tits, he's a fucking pig. Right. Fuck you. If a dude demands his of age sex partner female, if a dude literally demands that his of age female cis, seriously, don't even get me started. If a dude who is cisgendered says, hey, he wants his female to be of age, cisgendered, and have a nice flat stomach, a nice curvy waist, a juicy ass, and some big old titties, and a pretty face and long, gorgeous, flowing hair, and a nice shaped pussy, a chick who can fucking shave her legs, her puss, her arms, her fucking face, her eyebrows, nice and trimmed, all that good shit. He's a fucking transphobe, fucking cisgendered male pig. You want to, oh my god, I think you should have titled it, Men Are Not Allowed to Have Preferences, without women being the biggest hypocrites about it. It's just body hair. Like, there were dudes who shaved their pits too, and I'm just like, Oh my god. 1 second. Ugh. I gotta take a piss. A little beer piss. Got a beer piss. I'll do it on camera because I don't care. Bathroom's out of frame. Hold on 1 second. Speaking of which, this bullshit can piss off. The problem with this is people are being forced to accept these things. Like they will receive social criticism. And to some degree, you shouldn't go out of your way to harass people because they're trans or fat or gay or lesbian or any of that shit. That's fucked. Like, don't judge a motherfucker until fucking until you get to know him. You know what I'm saying? If you live in a Western society, drew a flu, you're not being oppressed by female Sharia law. Or if you show a little bit of ankle out of your full-bodied burqa camping tent, they throw rocks at you or behead you in front of everyone. That's the stereotype of the Middle East, but it's the truth. That's the only problem I have with the Middle East. Okay, is the way they treat their women. Like, you want to be against eating bacon, drinking alcohol, smoking tobacco, and drinking coffee. That's your personal choice. I think you're a wanker for having that choice, but that's your personal choice. But that's where I draw the line, YouTube. The way the Middle East treats their women, especially the Muslims, is fucking disgusting, dude. And to be fair, look at the way Muslim men are treated. If you get caught masturbating, they chop your hand off. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. No wonder why Jesus Christ. No wonder why Muslim men are so pissed off and angry. It's like, dude. You're watching Mia Khalifa on YouTube, like, that's one hot Muslim looking chick with some big old titties. Like, oh, I would do such inappropriate, naughty things to her. Oh shit, my dick is getting hard. I better take care of it. And then they get done jacking off and they put their shit away and they bury their cum in the sand. And then their buddy comes up, Abdullah, what are you doing? Looking, that's not what you think. I was looking at her to shame her. She is fucking filthy swine. That's what I thought. We caught you master. Okay. That's really a reflection of our society is when, if you think about it, when women or men are equally as miserable, although to be fair, Muslim women have it a lot harder than the men they're dictated by. Is that why that every dude we've seen who's a dick, like seriously, how come we haven't seen any female dictators? Because if we had a female dictator, it'd be called a cunt-tator instead of a dictator. Let's be real, a female dictator would be a lot more scary than any man dictator because holy shit. Women are scary when they hit their periods, dude. You're just like, honey, it's okay. I'm here to please you, please. I'll simp to every need. I don't care about the sex. Just, I want to make this as comfortable for you as possible. And there are a lot of women who are like, I don't want you babying me, motherfucker. Just be understanding and patient and sympathetic. And I'm like, okay, that too. Fine. Shit. Which most guys where it's just like, she says, hey, motherfucker, I'm bleeding out my vagina. Give me some space. You don't gotta tell me twice. I'm going to the bar. Which I think it's shit that women have to put up with that. Can I just say that? I don't care. I just did. I think it's shit, the crap that women have to go through because they produce babies. The kind of crap that women go through because they produce babies. It's fucking shit. And then to every woman, the thought of, holy crap, the periods are going to stop. Women are looking at Gaia, Mother Nature, Lilith, and Pandora herself like, praise Lucifer, the bleeding will stop. But it's not going to just stop like, oh, that was, okay, what? No, fucking menopause. And you know what pisses me off? The fact that it's called menopause when men don't have vaginas. That's fucking sexist. Why not call it girl pause? Serious. Bullshit. You know why they call it menopause? Because men will put their shit on pause to deal with it. Your wife comes downstairs with a mustache and a goatee thicker than yours. Horny enough to fucking fuck the bed rail in y'all's bed. Think about this, fellas. Could you imagine losing your erections? That's your manhood. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what I'm saying? The problem with this is where our society is incredibly sexist. They have things like Viagra. So if a man loses the ability to get an erection, they got pills for that. But if women lose the ability to have kids or have a period, they don't got pills for that. They got pills for birth control. So women don't have that thing. They'll take it because they're just waiting for the right time to have a kid. And by the time they're ready to have one, they've established a career. Their uterus is shot. God damn it. And why is it that women are the ones being forced to take birth control? Why can't the man put a condom on? Oh, because it doesn't feel as good. Wham! Maximum 10 minutes of you getting your dick inside some sweet of age pussy for a potential 9 months and 18 years of hell. You get them to like, you barely survive the terrible twos. And now, oh my God, they're teenagers. Oh God. Being a teenager in today's society is so much harder than it was for me growing up. Like, yeah, I had social media when I was a teenager, but not this bad. I had like Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, Instagram, and YouTube. That was it. Now we've got PQ, TikTok, like all these fucking social media outlets that do the exact same goddamn thing. Like, oh my God, you still use Instagram? Nobody uses that anymore. It's all about TikTok. And you're sitting there with a snobby, I'm younger than you attitude. Like, oh my God, you're so old. You still use Facebook? And it's like, just wait. Just wait. When you get to be my age and TikTok is no longer relevant, yeah, the cycle will continue, my dude. I don't say that like it's a bad thing, to be honest. I'm grateful that I'm still young enough. I'll be 31 in March. And you know what? Everyone struggles with shit. But because I'm a YouTube celebrity and I fuck up and broadcast it on social media, everyone gives me crap for it while secretly going, you know what? I got mad respect for King Cobra because he's not afraid to be himself and tell it like it is. And I see that in myself. Him struggling with the can opener. Shit, I've struggled with it before. Going too much of a pussy to admit it, so I'll just give him shit for it. Season 1, episode 3. Women aren't allowed to literally like anything. Well, that's only true if you find a man who disagrees with what you like. That's why dating sucks. You're not going to find your soulmate, which I'm kind of half convinced that the whole soulmate thing is just bullshit, to be honest with you. If you can find someone to spend the rest of your life with, up and down, thick or thin, I wouldn't call that a soulmate. I'd call it a life partner, which that's your soulmate, man. That just sounds so fucking cliche. Don't make me want to puke, dude. But a life partner, that sounds, I don't know, more modern. Because that's what it is. Dating is about finding someone you could spend the rest of your life with. It's where you're like 94 or 95, almost 100. Your dick doesn't work. Her uterus is shut down. The sex is just gone completely. And you still love each other. You can still hold hands and eat each other out and watch a pretty sunset. Because just because your dick don't work doesn't mean the sex has to stop, my dude. Suck him off until he comes, even if his dick don't get hard. Fucking finger her pussy and eat her out until she fucking G-spot orgasms all over your face. Suck that cunt off until she fucking orgasms, just because she can no longer have kids. And just because your dick no longer gets hard doesn't mean the fun's gotta stop. You come up with creative ways to be fun with it, but she still wants to be slammed out by some cock and she doesn't want to leave you or cheat on you. So what do? You swallow your male ego just a little bit, put on a strap on, and fuck your woman out like it's no one's business. And you keep fucking her with that strap on until she gets one. And she's sitting there like, get her to that point, she's gonna rip that strap on off and fucking suck the fuck out of your dick like it's the first time y'all were dating and she wants a wedding ring. Like, shit. I'm pretty sure women are allowed to like meat and chicken, bacon and steak and sub sandwiches. And if the dude they're with doesn't like it, and because he's a vegan, ditch that asshole and get you a man who likes the same things you like, ladies. That's what I'm saying. If your entire family hates the person you're with and you have little to nothing in common with them, you're just there because, you know what I'm saying? You don't think you're good enough for a real man, so you date the biggest piece of shit pussy, and you make up all the excuses you can. Oh, this time it'll be different. Right. Don't even get me started on how frustrating dating is. I'm not just saying that because I haven't had an of-age girlfriend in almost 5 years. I've literally seen this from both perspectives. Women and men bitching about each other, and I'm just like, hashtag single life.
You are by far the most painful human being and worst feminist that I've seen in a long time. You have amassed a giant audience on TikTok by not making any jokes, not.
Jesus Christ, this chick's got 4 million followers. Only because she's cute. Only because she's cute, she's got some big old titties. Because that's it. She's cute enough and she's got nice titties. Otherwise, people wouldn't give a shit. That, and it's just like, oh great, another pissed off female bitching about misogyny. What else is new? You sound just like these men who bitch about women all the time, except that shit's not tolerated. If you have a talk show full of crotchety old women from like 35 to 80 years old sitting there on their little talk show going, men, am I right, ladies? And all the chicks are going, ooh, ooh. They're sitting there slamming morning mimosas with pink champagne and fresh squeezed orange juice. It's tolerated and accepted, but if you got a show about dudes who sit there drinking beer and wrenching on cars and fixing shit and just bitching about women, it's done horribly. Like, people just look at that and go, oh my God, you men are all the same. Excuse me? You men are all the same? Okay, if a dude made that assumption about women, he would be labeled a sexist and he'd be canceled so quickly. It comes down to the golden rule. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Ladies, if you're sick and tired, and men, if you're sick and tired of the opposite sex treating you like shit and being super creepy about it, then why do it to them? You want the keys to a successful relationship? More sex, less fighting, better communication, respect and love each other, never go to bed angry, and make an effort to do things together, whether it's cleaning the house or cooking the food together. Couples who cook and clean together will stay together a lot quicker. I tell you that right now. So if it turns out like shit, you're not looking at your wife like, Jesus, love, I love you, but god damn, if she tries a bite going, oh, I hate myself now. Fuck that. If you both are cooking the food and it turns out like shit, you can laugh at each other and go, well, let's order DoorDash then. Fuck it. This turned out like shit. You make it about spending time as a couple and not about fucking, oh, hey, you cook, I clean, that kind of thing. Fuck that. Couples take on the cooking and the cleaning together. Not only does the cleaning get done faster when you do it as a team, because that's what relationships should be about. It's a team effort. You give 50, she gives 50. You got to give them as much as they give you. It's like, why should she suck your dick if you're not going to suck her pussy out? You know, the clitoris is that thing in the middle of the vagina that starts at the top and then goes down. And then when the curtains spread open, and it's that thing that gets hard. You know what I'm talking about? If you're a dude, you get it. It's the bean. You gotta flick the bean, man. That G spot is located in the back of a female's vagina, towards the center, top center back. It feels like a warm walnut shell. Very similar texture to your golf ball. Ladies, what's the difference between your pussy's G spot and a men's golf ball? Well, I'll tell you the difference. Men will spend more time looking for their golf balls. You know how you could tell a dude's had a good blowjob when he's picking the sheets out of his ass crack. And you know how you could tell when a woman has had a good pussy eating? When you gotta put the sheets in the fucking laundry, like, damn, honey, you sprayed this shit like a spitting cobra. Now I gotta fucking wash this shit. A little bit of comedy towards the end, like, what? Cobra, you dirty bastard. Women have that resting bitch face. Well, that exists for dudes, only it's called a resting psychopath face. If I smile, it's like, you see what I'm saying? Like, whoa, dude, calm down. Like, I don't mean to intentionally be creepy, and I can't control if women are creeped out by me. It is what it is. But if I'm creeped out by them because they're giving me crazy ex-girlfriend vibes, I get shit for it. I get told as a dude, well, you can't handle a strong woman, so who the fuck are you to judge me? And I'm like, that's fucking rich, dude. That is fucking BC rich. Yeah. Fucking goddamn it. 14 minutes and 49 seconds in, and we are 15 minutes 24 total. Well, I guess the truth, Drew a flu. You want to judge me because I'm going bald and I have a skullet? Judge nobody by the way they look or dress, but judge them by their character, YouTube.
By making any points, just by being there and slightly complaining.
Yes. A lot of dudes will subscribe to chicks who complain about dudes because they think, oh, hey, this will give me insight into how chicks think, man. Oh, dude. But here's the thing of it. Drew a flu is only one chick, dude. Only one chick. He doesn't speak for everyone. Not all dudes are the same. Not all women are the same.
Back at their home as they scroll through TikTok, not even really giving a shit about what you say.
Yeah, that's the problem with TikTok is that, it's not about like the individual channels like YouTube. It's just about, oh, look, it's a video. Watch it. That was shit. Keep scrolling. That's what TikTok's about. It's about that fix for a video to be entertained. It's not about the individual TikTokers or anymore. And that's the problem with it. Our society has severe ADHD. They can't stay focused on more than one thing for like 5 seconds. And that's where TikTok comes in handy. Like,
just hear your stupid fucking laugh and go, yes, yes, queen, she nailed it. In closing, fuck you to the moon, Drew. I hope you have a lovely day, though. Ladies and gentlemen, come and see me live. I'm all over the country, Australia, New Zealand.
I wouldn't say fuck you to Drew a flu. I would say she's just suffering from gender hate because women and men both experience that. Hashtag me too.
2022, baby. The link is down below. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me dick stinks. And you want to cover up that bald spot? Get this new hat. It's out now.
Well, YouTube, I tell you what. Ridiculous, I tell you. I'll catch you later.